Back in June, this was the scene at a Columbus nightclub. Police showed up and found 4 people shot, with 2 ending up dead. Tonight, more than 2 months later, that shooter is still on the loose. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. That's why one of the victims who survived is finally ready to tell her emotional story of survival. She talked to 10 TV's Carly Dion in a story you'll only see here on 10 TV.
He ruined my life without taking my life.
Raw emotions as Letisa Shaver recalls the traumatizing moments she experienced the night of June 14th that altered her life forever. The mother of 5 says her night began with what could almost be described as a warning sign.
I was getting ready and my daughter was like, "Mom, I don't want you to go to the club. I don't want you to work tonight." And I'm like, "Mommy, you'll be back. I promise I'll come get you when I leave. I promise."
Shaver getting ready for her shift at Avalon nightclub, where she worked a second job as a security guard. Shaver says the incident started with a man trying to walk into the club armed with a gun, which is against policy. He argued with the security guard at the front door before walking away.
Dude walked to his car and he walked back. He didn't have nothing in his hand. He walked back, and by the time I can look back up, he had his gun cocked, looking me dead in my eyes, and shot me 6 times.
2 other security guards were also shot, identified as 27-year-old Desmond Taylor and 36-year-old Kaylin Smith. They did not survive.
Smitty and Des are wonderful.
Shaver says they were like brothers to her, always trying to protect her.
I seen my brother Des take his last breath, and then I laid down and I seen Smitty just look at me and shake his head like he was sorry.
Shaver was shot 3 times in her pelvis and hip area, twice in her wrist, and once in her chest, but never lost consciousness. She says she yelled for help as she thought about what matters most.
When I got shot 6 times, it was like, I gotta make it back home to my baby. I told her that I was coming back home to her.
As she waited for EMS to arrive, she eventually started to feel a sense of peace.
I felt tired. Everything started going, like, sounding far away. And I thought I was dying.
2 surgeries and nearly 2 weeks at the hospital later, Shaver is left dealing with the fallout from her injuries, including no longer being able to use her left hand.
2 little girls wake up every day and tell me I'm the best mom. And I don't feel like it because I can't do nothing for them. I can't cook dinner for my kids. I can't open a drawer. I can't tie my daughter's shoes.
The lasting effects of what happened also making her afraid to leave her home, especially knowing the killer is still on the loose. Police identified the shooter as 26-year-old Jaquez Hoover the day after the shooting, but have not tracked him down. Shaver hopes sharing her story leads to someone turning him in.
The killer get to see his family regardless, whether he's out of jail or in jail. My brothers will never see their family again.
A GoFundMe has been created for Shaver as well as the other families affected by this tragedy. And you'll be able to find more information about those on our website.
Carly, really hope that this story can motivate someone to speak up, say something if they know something about where that gunman is tonight. We know the city is working to shut that Avalon nightclub down. Where does that case stand tonight?
Right. So yesterday, a contempt hearing was held, and it's since been continued until September 9th. And now City Attorney Zach Klein's office says they plan to ask for it to be shut down.
All right. Well, Carly Dion, great story. And we'll look forward to hearing more about this and see what happens. Carly Dion reporting for us. Thank you.